Diamonds Are Forever divides opinion amongst Bond fans, with some finding the tone a little too jovial. But others, like us, adore the fun caper, and, thankfully, it has seen somewhat of a renaissance since its 50th anniversary. 007 was entering the 70s with uncertainty. George's debut in On Her Majesty's Secret Service hadn't quite gone as planned, and so the producers turned to what they knew best. That's right, Sean was back, and this time on his terms. Reportedly paid a record $1.25 million. You can tell he had a blast making diamonds. Now, we are obsessed with Diamonds Are Forever. You could call us Diamonds Defenders. You can listen to our ridiculously long, epic review of the film, featuring friend of the show, David Lowbridge Ellis, aka Licensed to Queer. And you can also catch our interview with Trina Parks, who played Thumper from the film. Las Vegas may be the location most associated with the film, but a few key early scenes happen in the Netherlands. After a little help from Moneypenny, Bond follows Peter Franks to Amsterdam.
Mr. Franks, your passport is quite in order.
Well, anyone seeing you in that outfit, Moneypenny, would most certainly be discouraged from leaving the country. What can I bring you back from Holland?
A diamond? In a ring?
Would you settle for a tulip?
Yes.
Has a hovercraft ever looked cooler? John Barry obviously doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Ian Fleming's non-fiction book, Thrilling Cities, featured places with a hidden authentic pulse. Now, these accurately describe Amsterdam, but Fleming didn't include it. But it was always going to pop up in a Bond film at some point, and producers selected it as a location for their 6th film. Quite a big deal was made of Sean and the crew strolling through the streets and canals of Holland's capital, as can be seen in these on-location videos. When Bond arrives in Amsterdam, he follows Franks in his Triumph Stag to an unknown location. Of course, that would be the flat of Tiffany Case. Without a glamorous sports car to drive in, I could only follow his route on foot. This is where Bond's Triumph Stag would drive over. This is where he's meant to be posing as Peter Franks.
I'm desperately trying not to trip up as well.
Number 38 though. Sorry, number 36 here.
Okay, that's number 38, number 36.
That's where he goes up and knocks on the door.
Uh-huh. Does he have his hand on his hips like that as well?
Here we are.
Knock on the door, I dare you.
Right. He's going to take a picture while we're here.
Do it. Knock on the door, though. You've got to knock on the door. If you do, I will.
Yes?
Franks. Peter Franks.
Come up, 3rd floor.
Obviously, while I was there, I got Jennifer to take some photos of me, pretending to be Sean. The 3rd floor flat at number 36 wasn't actually used for filming, but we got a delicious scene with sparkling dialogue when Bond meets Tiffany.
Make yourself at home. I'll be out in a minute. Help yourself to a drink.
Is Mr. Case not at home?
There is no Mr. Case. The tea is for Tiffany.
Tiffany Case? Definitely distinctive.
I was born there, on the 1st floor while my mother was looking for a wedding ring.
Well, I'm glad for your sake it wasn't Van Cleef and Arpels. Weren't you blonde when I came in?
Could be.
I tend to notice little things like that, whether a girl is a blonde or a brunette.
And which do you prefer?
Oh, providing the collars and cuffs match.
This is where he hides while the real Peter Franks, or the guy posing as Peter Franks, goes up there.
Oh, wow.
So this is where you'll see Bond do this. You can see it.
Yeah. That's so realistic. Who've you been snogging, Tom?
Yes,
Peter Franks.
3rd floor.
Guten Abend.
Good evening.
Vita? You are English?
Yes, I'm English.
I speak English. Who is your floor?
3, please.
After Sean's antics, which I tried to emulate, we get one of the best fight scenes in the entire series.
Is he dead?
I sincerely hope so.
Who is he?
No idea. This chap's been following me all day today.
My God. You just killed James Bond.
Is that who it was? Well, it just proves no one's indestructible.
We then took the short walk to the famous Magira Brug, meaning skinny bridge, which is exactly as the name suggests. This is where we see Winton Kidd taking photographs of the body of sweet, or not so sweet, Mrs. Whistler being pulled out of the River Amstel.
Ahead is one of the oldest bridges in Amsterdam, the Skinny Bridge. It was built over 300 years ago by two sisters who wanted to visit each other every day. Unfortunately, they ran out of money, so that is why it is called the Skinny Bridge. On your right, those beautiful old houses can be seen in the paintings of our famous painter Rembrandt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will look to your left as we go down the Amster, you can see... Oh!
Mrs. Whistler did want some pictures of the canals for the children.
How kind of you, Mr. Kidd. The children will be so thrilled.
Such a dark film. Anyway, in the most macabre way, I felt I had to relive the scene.
The Bond fans will be so thrilled.
Amsterdam is a great location for a Bond film and well worth a visit. Next stop, though, has to be Vegas, baby, as they say.
And on behalf of the White House, I want to let you folks know you've been a lousy audience. So get lost. See you later.